Welcome YouTube, this is Emperor Dion. Today's topic, I've been meaning to say this for a long time, but neither side of the political spectrum seems to get it right, seems to really understand or even care about what's really true, seems to have any type of a honesty about its intentions of making a better society for everyone. And neither side, at least in the context of American politics, because this is what we're talking about, by the way, the liberals and the conservatives, neither side seems to have it right. Now, both sides do have some things that are good, but neither side has it right such that I can join that side and it makes sense, and it's just, you know, the right way to go, that I can feel contented with. Like, yeah, I'm on this side. Oh, I'm a liberal 100%, or oh, I'm a conservative 100%. Like, no, neither side comes with the sauce already put together, because like both sides have some glaring flaws. So on the left, for instance, if you're a liberal, the problem is that while you do generally stand for freedom and for people to kind of live and let live, and for certain groups that may be disadvantaged to get their comeuppance, finally to get their fair shake at the system, oh well, we got to pair it with transgenders, we got to pair it with LGBT, we did good trying to elevate black folks in America, but okay, now all of a sudden we got to pair this gay stuff with it. Like, no, being black ain't got nothing to do with being gay, but why we gotta pair this with it? This ain't a package deal. Why we gotta lump this in with it? No, I don't agree. Why do we gotta let in immigrants? Why do we gotta let in all these fucking migrants? Why do we gotta care about this group? Why do we gotta care about that group? People that aren't fundamental Americans. Like, it makes sense for, you know, black people, like actual citizens of the country that's got ancestry in America, but why do we gotta care for every swinging dick that crosses the border? Anywhere past, like, okay, these people are here, don't like mistreat them or whatever, but like, why do we gotta give them more rights, more freedom than citizens? Why? Why is it that we gotta have all this fucking socialist welfare? Why do we have to have high taxes? Why do we have to allow criminals to run buck wild? These are all the issues on the left. There's some things about the left that I do like. You could loosely kind of consider me a liberal, but the left just comes with so much fucking bullshit that it's like, okay, naturally I find myself more in with the right, the conservatives. So they're so-called about traditional values, whatever the fuck that means. Like, I don't think they even know what that means anymore. But okay, they're generally for sound money. They're generally for sound fiscal policy. They're generally for lower taxes. Like, America first. So like, take care of American citizens first. So yeah, I agree with that. I agree for being tough on crime. Like, get rid of the criminals. Clean up this fucking street. Get Pookie off the street. Yeah, I'm all for that. Traditional family values, again, whatever the fuck that means, but generally that means like a harken back to like how things previously would have been. Like, I do think that the way things previously were in America, aside from some other things, was generally better than what it is now, sure. Especially when it comes to social dynamics. So I guess you could mean that. Traditional social norms where the woman stays home and the man goes out and works and brings in the money. Yeah, I guess that's loosely what conservatives mean when they say traditional family values. But like I said, it's such a nebulous concept that it's like, what do we mean? But I guess that's loosely what they mean. Conservatives generally stand for making sure America's good before we go overseas fucking with Tom, Dick, and Harry overseas. Like, yeah, that's generally good. Bring the troops back. Make sure America's good first. Keep your own lawn good. Like, make sure America's strong on its own two legs, bring manufacturing back, although there's some issues with bringing back manufacturing, but I mean, generally speaking, I think America should always have some sort of nascent manufacturing capability. That should always be maintained for national strategic reasons. But then the problem with the right, despite me mostly agreeing with the right, is that you be over there hanging out with them, and then all of a sudden you hear, "No, oh, whoa, what did you just say, sir? Like, did you say the no word? Why did you say the no word? What was the purpose of that?" And then they'll backtrack and make all kind of excuses, or they'll be like, "Yeah, I said it. I don't like you, you neck." You know, like, it's either one of those two things that conservatives would do. It's like, okay, well, y'all were just saying some good shit that I generally agree with a second ago. Now all of a sudden you jump onto this? Y'all jump onto racial hatred? Y'all jump onto racial bigotry? Like, where did that come from? Why is it that you got all these sound ideas? And by the way, not everything that the conservatives generally want is sound, but I say about 80% of it is, but they'll have like this sound construction of like how they want things to be. And then out of left field will come, "Nah!" Why? Where did that have to come from? What did racial hatred have to do with this? Why does that always have to be lumped in with the right, dude? Okay, so you don't like black people. Okay, so I can't be on the right then. If you don't like me just because I'm black, then I can't be on the right. Like, fuck you. Fuck you. But I can't be on the left either because the left is on some gay tranny shit. And Marxism and communism. Like, fuck that too. So, guys, the left and the right don't have any long-term good outcome. They're both full of shit. It's like they have some good things, both of them, but why is it that there's no middle ground that comes up between them? And okay, you got good things right here, here, and here. We'll grab this over here. You got good things over here, 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 here. We'll grab this. Bring all the good stuff from both sides right here. And then we'll take this as a thing and run with that. Why is nobody doing that, man? Why the fuck is nobody doing that? I don't get it. I don't understand. Why do you have to be on the right or the left in American politics? Why? Both sides got something good to bring in. Why is it that you're forced to be on one side or the other, but both sides have bullshit that I can't reconcile with? Because again, I agree with the right, but the right hates me because I'm black. I do like some things about the left, but the left wants me to be a gay tranny. And the bigotry of low expectations. So, neither side is sustainable. Definitely not for a black man especially, but I'd say even for everybody else too. Even for everybody else too. That goes for even you cream cheese males. Like, there's a bunch of stupid bullshit on both sides. So, why is it that we can't just make a third side that takes the good from both sides and just, okay, fuck you, this is our thing over here that incorporates this? Why? It kind of shows me like I've said this in a video already, where I think Americans are just stupid and evil. It really kind of throws back to that point about Americans just being stupid and evil, because it shows a lack of adaptability. It shows a lack of integrity. It's like we try to sneak in all these stupid ideas along with good ideas, and you're being forced into one side or the other with that. But like, nobody has the strength of character, the courage, and the integrity to just make a third side that just takes the good stuff from both sides and just, like, Americans are too intellectually disabled to do something like that, you know. At least on a large scale there. I know there are individual Americans who do. Like myself, I'm an individual who will definitely say something like that. But because that's not happening on the macro level, There's no third site on the macro level. Because of that, I'm kind of just forced to ignore politics, to be completely apolitical. There's no side that represents me. There's no side that represents people who don't want to be on either side. You know, there's none. There's zero. And I don't know. That's kind of the problem with American politics as a whole right now. Probably is going to remain the issue for the rest of this country's existence, I presume, because it's kind of always been that way, or it's been that way for a lot of the history. There's always generally been like a two-side type of deal, aside from very brief moments where strange things kind of shook it up a bit, but it quickly went back to a two-party system every time that happened. So, you know, I don't really know where else I could take this video, but definitely I would conclude on, if you're a black cell at all, like, that goes without saying, like, you don't belong on either side, because the left just wants to put you in a dress and make you suck a dick, and the right hates you because you're black, obviously. You know, the right seems to be going, like, I thought that the left was exaggerating about the whole racism thing on the right, you know, but once the right got in power and got a couple W's, oh, now look at them. They're coming out in the open and admitting that that's what it is now. Okay, so this is what it was. You bamboozled me once. You're not going to fool me again, though. So I'm just flat out not supportive of the right at all, but, like, the left, too, is just still irreconcilably fucked up to where I could never support that either. So I'm just kind of awkwardly fucked up right here in the middle with no real side or coalition that I can call my home, and it's just the only thing I can do is to say, you know what, fuck politics. I'm apolitical. I don't care. Like, fuck both of you, you know? Like, I'm out of here. I don't want to be in America anymore. There's no constituency in America that stands for what I believe in. So, with that being said, I'm sure a lot of you, especially if you're a BP'er at all, more or less feel the same way. So, anyways, this has been Emperor Dion the Lion. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. That's why both the right and the left are full of shit. Peace.